Hey guys, how's it going? So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Canopy growth and how I think it's a sell, and I think that the stock is going to $20. So 20 US dollars and below 30 Canadian dollars. That's where I think Canopy stock is going. And I'll explain it in this video. It's kind of like the video that, but before I begin, I kind of want to talk about the Monk Way. Like, I'm surprised that the Monk Way doesn't reply to any of my messages. There must be something seriously wrong, like internally, that for him to not make videos. Anybody in his stock market membership group, maybe you guys can tell me what's up with him. I mean, I know he's invested in Canopy, and Canopy stock is like $30 something now. So, and unless he pulled out of the stock market already, like, I would love to hear his videos. Like, what's going on, Monk Way? Hello, Monk Way. Anybody understand what Monk Way is? I used to enjoy watching his videos. Now he's bloop, gone, vanished. I hope nothing bad happens to him. I enjoyed his videos. So, disclaimer. Yeah, this gross poop that I have up here. Please turn this off right now if you don't want to listen to me bashing on Canopy. That's right. I'm going to be bashing on Canopy. So, you know, the market is crashing. This is pulling down probably the wheat sector. You know, if it wasn't for this, maybe Canopy stock might be a little better, but because of this, you know, steep slope that looks like it's gonna, we might have some bumps along the way, but it looks like it's heading a straight direction down, and there doesn't seem to be any support yet, because it's just been red every single day for the last week, for 5 days, you know, between 17th to 21st, it was like red. Let's see if I can pull that up. Yeah, it's just been, I guess it started on Wednesday, but before that it was kind of like stable. So I don't know, 1 month. Yeah, so it was flat. So basically it declined, and it was flat, and then it just kept declining, and it's either gonna flat out. If it flats out, that would be dangerous. It has to bounce back to the 2400s. I mean, it has to bounce in order for, like, it has to bounce pretty big for people. And I mean, there has to be two things for the stock to for the Dow to reverse. There has to be some kind of good news that changes the direction of the stock, the entire stock market. And I don't know what that good news can be. Like, what kind of good news can change the direction of the stock? If it flats out, that would be dangerous because it's declined so much that it's flat. I would be really scared. It has to bounce, not flat. It has to rally day after day after day, not go down. In order for it to reverse. So right now, I believe that it's going to keep going down, and it's going to drag Canopy stock down with it. I see Canopy stock, because it's like, it makes no sense for you to invest into Canopy growth when there's so many discounted company out there. Microsoft, Apple, well, Microsoft not so much, Apple, you know, it's $150. Facebook, $124. It's going to be heading to $100, possibly lower. Nvidia, like $135. These are really good businesses. AMD, I mean, AMD has potential in 2019, but it's also declining. But, you know, still, it's an okay business, AMD. But Nvidia is a good business. You know, Microsoft is a good business. Apple is a good business, and they're all declining. So Facebook is a good business, but they have problems, and that just adds on pressure on the stock. So that's why it's declining so bad. But, you know, I do see Canopy cracking $30. I see them hitting maybe $25, $27 around there. This is where I think the support is, the basis. But there is a possibility that it could hit this base right here, the $20 range. That would make it an extreme buying opportunity because this stock has gone up to $80. So you managed to buy 20 if you manage to buy it at $20, you would and you still believe in Canopy growth, you could double or triple your money or quadruple your money in a matter of a year if you manage to buy it at $20. I'm planning to make a position after it crashes below $30 because I don't want to aim for being too greedy. I think at $30, under $30 is a very compelling stock price. So right now, I think the stock is a sell. I think the stock's going to go down because I don't think big money is willing to put it back in Canopy until it goes to a fair enough price where, you know, they will make money in the long term. I mean, if big money was involved, they would really probably prefer $20. So if it ever hits $20, that would not last very long. It would bounce off $20 like very, very fast, in my opinion, because Canopy growth is is undervalued at $20. Well, actually, it wouldn't be undervalued. It'd be fair value at $20. So I do believe that $20, it won't stay there for very long. It'll hit that target and it'll bounce off there right away. But that would basically, you know, signal a crash. And then they'll probably trade between $30 and maybe $35 for a while until, you know, earnings come out. And then that's when I think the stock will rally back. But that's my technical analysis of Canopy growth. I believe that this stock is heading to below $30, and Aurora is going to be heading below $5. That's where I believe those stock prices will, because if Canopy is going down, Aurora is going down with Canopy. If you look at the volume, it's so weak, and the price of the stock is $36. Big money is still not willing to put money back into this company because two reasons. We're having a market crash, so there's opportunities all around them, and number two is they would prefer to buy the stock at a very, very appealing price of possibly $20, but I think it's going to be under $30 is where the base is, and it's probably going to bounce from under $30. But you know, there is a possibility that there's enough panic and the stock goes to $20. But for near term, I believe that Canopy growth is going to dip below $30. I do have a put option on Canopy. I honestly don't put options for Canopy and Aurora. It's not as fun as put options for like Facebook, like 188% return and 151 on these two option calls. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. And then Microsoft, fucking 468%. I'm making killer money just making option trade. Tilray, but you know what? I still think I can make like 100% profit off my $4,000 bet. So yeah, I'm planning to put more put options. I still have my I don't have my Aurora shares up here, but I still have it. I still have a short on Microsoft. I don't plan to sell my short anytime. I don't plan to sell my my Microsoft stock anytime. My put option. If this stock rallies up to back to $100, I'd probably put another put option on it. I should just put another put option on it right now. And then if it goes back to $100, just put another put option on it. But I don't know. I'll think about it. But you know, I think it was a smart move that I shorted Canopy. I put a strike price of $35 and it actually hit it. So let's see if Canopy stock goes to $30. I wonder how much my put option for Canopy is. it's gonna be like 300%, 400%, 500% because it's under my strike price. So it's in the money big time now. So because the lower, yeah, you know what? I'll make a video on that, my stock market membership group. So, but I still experimenting with put options, but I'm doing really well on put options because it's a bear market and the stock market is crashing, and the perfect time to play a put options are when the stock market crash. So yeah, CGC, you know, like I guess I would do a American one too. So CGC, I guess worst case scenario will be under 20 bucks. If it's under 20 bucks, it's very appealing because if it goes back to 50 bucks, you would make more than double your money. If it goes back to $40, you would double your money. But the most appealing price would probably be $15 US if it manages to hit $15 US and the stock goes back to $45. You would 3 times your money. I wouldn't gamble on that price, but if you don't really care about Canopy and it actually hit that price, maybe you should consider picking up some if it does, because this price would be a bargain of a lifetime. But I do believe that a good price would be below 20 bucks. If it hits below $20 US, I do believe that it's a very appealing price for big money to start pumping the stock up again. But we'll see what happens in the future. You know, like, because Canopy is going down, I believe Aurora is going down. I think Aurora is going to go below $4.10. I believe Aurora was going to hit like $3 to $2. I think Aurora is going to hit the low $3. I think they're going to crack that. I don't think it'll ever go back to 2 to 1 US. I mean, there is that possibility. There is that possibility that Aurora could hit $2.12 because they are very dangerous right now. But it is a possibility for the stock to hit $2 US, but it won't last that long. It will bounce back up right away if it ever hits there. I'm not aiming for that. I'm aiming below $4.10. That's my goal for Aurora. So yeah, there's gonna be a big discounts coming, in my opinion. You know, for the bag holders who believe, you know, I don't care as long as I'm long term. Well, I mean, yeah, you could technically buy more when it hits, if it ever hits those prices, right? Like, it doesn't hurt to add more. Unless you think the company's gonna go bankrupt. I mean, I would not advise anyone to buy anything that is dangerous, because cannabis stocks are dangerous. There's a lot of unknown in the company. You know, Canopy would be a better choice, but there's lots of problems with Canopy too. So, because Canopy has $5 billion of cash. They closed $5 billion of cash on November 1st, 2018. So they're very, very, very cash heavy right now, and they have the money to execute on the strategy. I was watching okay, so here's the bashing part of Canopy. I watched one of the videos of Canopy Growth. They said that they don't expect to be profitable at all. They don't expect to be profitable for a long time. They just like Amazon, which wasn't profitable for like 20 years before they finally became profitable. And that's where Canopy's growth strategy is they plan to grow as fast as possible and not worry about profits. That's the strategy. I don't know if you guys like that strategy, because you're gonna see every single earnings they're gonna come out. They're gonna have good revenues, but the gross profits and the net revenue is gonna be negative all the time. So yeah, like if you look at the financial sheets, right? They made $23 million, and their total net income loss was $330 million. They made $26 million. They lost $330 million. So every quarter going forward, you're gonna see a $100 million loss, a $200 million loss, but it's gonna be consistent throughout the entire year, and it's gonna be adding up to almost $1 billion of losses by the end of the year. But their revenues will skyrocket. I think their revenue is gonna be like $300 to $500 million. I think it's gonna be like $300 million per quarter, possibly $500 million. But the net loss is going to increase because Canopy has no interest in being profitable. They want to grow as fast as possible. They want to execute as fast as possible. That's their strategy. I don't know if you guys like that strategy. And the operational expenses was $180 million that quarter. That is such a huge increase from last year. They're just spending and spending and spending and not worrying about what the future brings. They just want to grow as fast as possible. That's why the operational expenses are so damn much. And I don't think that operational expenses are going to go down anytime soon. I think it's going to either stabilize or increase slightly. I mean, you could be lucky and decrease a little bit. They could cut back on all the expenses. But I don't think that's the strategy. I think everything's going to increase as their revenue increases. And they're still going to be unprofitable. $200-300 million possibly. Maybe $100 million on the low side. $300 million on the high side of losses every single quarter. And, Canopy could be the stock could rise. And then Canopy could pull it back down with massive amount of losses. So that at the end of the day, there's really no good companies to invest into because they're all speculative, highly speculative stocks that, may have the potential in the future because, the world is going legal and in the future they could be making billions of dollars. And then at that point, they can be per quarters. At that point, they can focus on profitability instead of losing money. That's the long-term vision, but at the short term, they're going to spend a lot of money. They're going to be negative every single quarter, even though their revenue is going to be $200 million, $300 million. They're going to be losing $200-300 million per quarter. The only thing that this company really has going for it is they got $5 billion investment from Constellation Brand. They have, if you take $1 million away from their goodwill, that will leave them with $2 billion of assets, and then you add the maybe $4 billion more, which gives them about a $6 billion shareholder equity. So at $6 billion shareholder equity, and the company right now is worth $12 billion, I say Canopy Growth would be a really, really good price at $6 billion market cap, because there has been times where the market cap is reflective of the total amount of shares. Sorry, the market cap is reflective of the total amount of shareholder equity is in the company. For example, Harvest One has the same amount of market. Actually, it has less of a market cap than the entire company's worth. So, no, but it doesn't matter. Canopy could still hit a $6 billion market equity, which would make them, a buying opportunity of a lifetime. $6 billion is around $20, I believe. I can do math for you right here. 342,727. Wait, is that right? Yeah, okay, so $20 would be a $6.8 billion shareholder equity. That would make it a good buying opportunity of a lifetime. So, I mean, it's possible for the Canopy stock to hit $20. If we have that, we have a really big market crash, it's possible. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not aiming for that. I'm aiming for below $30, maybe $27, maybe $25. but I'm not aiming for $20. I mean, $20 would be a killer opportunity because you could 4 times your money if we have another rally next year, which I believe we will. I think we will. We will probably have a rally in the summertime or in October time, but eventually we'll probably have another rally for Canopy. I don't believe that this story is going away. I believe that United States will become legal eventually, and Canopy Growth will be one of the very first companies to attack the United States when it becomes very legal in the United States for cannabis, which could be a possibility in 2020. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Yeah, thanks. I guess I can bring this up. Canada Royalty Corp is pretty going back to a pretty good discount. I mean, it would be really nice if it hit $2. I mean, it's a possibility for it to hit $2. This would be an incredible opportunity. I don't know if it'll go that low though, but it's possible because if you look at the chart, it looks like it basically crashed from $9 and now it's like $5.77. So because the market is crashing, this stock could also crash and it could head to $2. Everything is like heading to $2. So if this thing heads to around $2-ish, $3-ish, you could potentially 3 times your money if it goes back to $9. Potentially. You know, there's a lot of opportunities in the market right now. You know, I don't think this was a very much of a bash on Canopy Growth, but I had to make a video and I thought I'd talk about it. You know, besides the total liabilities, I mean not liabilities, the fact that they're losing a ton of money right now, it's not very good, and I think that's going to continue, and the gross margin is horrible, and the fact that they only generated $23 million from their medical patients and decreased quite a bit from the last quarter. I think the rec sales are going to be fantastic, but it's really hard for me to gauge on Canopy Growth because every time I go into a store, Canopy is always on the shelf. And I kind of avoid it because I've already tasted it and I would prefer, for some reason, I would honestly prefer Aurora product over Canopy. Even though, you know, yeah, that's basically how I think. I honestly prefer Aurora product over Canopy, especially Metroleaf. I really like Metroleaf products. I think they're very, very good. Quality matters, and Aurora has the better quality, but Canopy, you know, kind of has a lot of money, and because they have a lot of cash, $5 billion of cash, they don't really have to worry about how they spend their money. They could be reckless, and that's why they're taking huge losses so they can grow fast. They're trying to grow as fast as possible and not worry about being profitable. That's Canopy's growth strategy. I don't know if it's a good strategy, I don't know if it's a bad strategy, but that's this strategy. And it's up to you guys to want to invest or not into Canopy Growth. I think if it went to a really good discount price, I'd throw my money into it. I do believe in the cannabis industry, and if I see Canopy at a low enough price, I would throw my money into it. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This is a super long ass video. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.